Texaco Star Theater, presenting Music for America, starring James Melton.
Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are, I dream of you. Night and day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring
Texaco dealers from coast to coast invite you to the Texaco Star Theater, starring James Melton. Tonight's guests are one of the world's great violinists, Joseph SZIGETTI, and the brilliant new Hollywood singing star, Helen Forrest. And the Texaco Star Orchestra is conducted by Nat Finston. This is Howard Petrie, inviting you to join forces with your Texaco dealer in his all-out effort to keep America's automobiles in service. Just drive in at the sign of the big Texaco Star, ask for a midsummer checkup, and change over to Texaco's insulated Haviland motor oil. Protect your motor from heat damage. Well, now, back to your singing host, Mr. James Melton.
Long making love to you, day and night, night and
Thank you, and good evening, everybody. If you detect a little flurry in my voice tonight, friends, I guess it's just from pure excitement. One reason is that after all these weeks here in Hollywood, next Wednesday morning, bright and early, we're heading back east again. And next Sunday, I'll be singing to you from New York, where my good friend Al Goodman is polishing up his baton and rounding up the 30 or 40 relatives of his who make up the Texaco Star Orchestra in New York City, and that includes Sonny Boy, of course. And another reason for my excitement is that we're bringing to you tonight a couple of really outstanding Hollywood guests, the great concert violinist, Mr. Joseph SZIGETTI, and a young lady of picture and radio fame who seems to be headed for big things in the popular singing world, Miss Helen Forrest. You'll be hearing from both our guests soon, but first just let me sort of start things off with an old spiritual, and it's called My Good Lord Done Been Here.
My good Lord done been here, bless my soul and gone away. My good Lord done been here, bless my soul and gone. Oh, my good Lord done been here, bless my soul and gone away. My good Lord done been here, bless my soul and gone. When I get up in the heaven and my work is done, going to sit outside Sister Mary, going to chat with the darling son. I tell you, my good Lord done been here, bless my soul and gone away. My good Lord done been here, bless my soul and gone. I'm going to hold up the Baptist finger, hold up the Baptist hand. When I get up in heaven, find a giant Baptist band. Cause my good Lord done been here, bless my soul and gone away. My good Lord done been here, bless my soul and gone. And when I get up in heaven and my work is done, going to sit outside Sister Mary, going to chat with the darling son. Cause my good Lord, he's been here, bless my soul and gone away. I know he's been here. My Lord done been here, bless my soul. He sure done been here. Yes, he blessed my soul. He blessed my soul. Oh,
Thank you. I think we're especially lucky in our last show from Hollywood to be able to present one of the world's truly great violinists, Mr. Joseph SZIGETTI.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Mr. Milton.
Good evening, Mr. SZIGETTI. I heard you at the Hollywood Bowl last Tuesday night, and I'd just like to add my compliments to those of the multitude. I really have never heard more beautiful music than your violin in that magnificent setting.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. And now, the nicest way I can repay that compliment is for me to go to the Hollywood Bowl next Tuesday and hear you sing with the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra.
Well, I hope you do go, Mr. SZIGETTI, and I'll be looking for you Tuesday night.
But speaking of the violin, Mr. Milton, you must see the picture Hollywood Canteen when it's released.
Do you play in it, Mr. SZIGETTI?
Yes, but the real star is another violinist.
Another one?
Mr. Benny.
Mr. Benny. Not Jack Benny, that old Maxwell driver.
I believe that's his name.
Oh.
To tell you the truth, I never heard of him until we played together in the picture, but Mr. Benny is really a remarkable violinist.
In what way, might I ask, sir?
He's the only violinist I ever saw or heard who puts cotton in his ears before he plays.
Well, after he puts the cotton in his ears, does he play well?
I can't say. When he played, I put cotton in my ears.
Well, this Jack Benny is undoubtedly a promising young artist, Mr. SZIGETTI. But why should we promote your competition? For after all, we want our friends to hear you play, and I guarantee that cotton won't be needed. Friends, here's Joseph SZIGETTI, aided by the Texaco Star Orchestra. Mr. SZIGETTI will play one of the brilliant numbers that he does so well, the Zephyr by Hubei. you, Mr. SZIGETTI. And we'll have the pleasure of hearing that wonderful violin of yours again in just a few minutes. Meantime, here's Nat Fenston and the Texaco Star Orchestra in a favorite melodic importation from Latin America by the title of Andalusia. All right, Nat? Now, Howard Petrie. What's new tonight, Howard?
Well, Jimmy, I've just finished my 3-act musical comedy.
Well, this is a surprise, Junior. How long is it? 3 hours?
Oh, no, it's only 42 seconds.
42 seconds? Well, that's impossible.
Well, now, I'll prove it, Jimmy. Listen.
I'm all ears.
First act. Enter Joe Motorist. Now, that's me, see? I drive my car right onto the stage slowly, and I sing. Oh, look at my beaten old auto. The motor is sure acting punk. Unless someone tends to it pronto, I'll just have a big hunk of junk. Curtain, that's the first act, Jimmy.
Boy, I can hardly wait for the second act.
Oh, you won't have to. You won't have to. Here it is. The curtain goes up and the auto sings. Now, that's you, Jimmy. Here's your libretto.
Well, all right. I'll just sing like an old car, if you think I ought to. Anything for a pal.
Oh, Joe Motorist, oh, don't you cry for me. Just drive me around to Texaco. My back, my chassis. Oh, Joe Motorist, don't you cry for me. Just drive me around to Texaco. And my back, my chassis.
How you like that?
Oh, that's beautiful, Jimmy. Well, now, next, Joe Motorist answers his car's plea. And then we go into the third act.
The grand finale, no doubt.
The auto, with its tongue hanging out, is driven around to the Texaco dealer. The Texaco dealer gives it a complete midsummer checkup, and as an added protection against the heat, fills its crankcase with Texaco's famous insulated Haviland motor oil, the oil that does a perfect job of lubricating in even the hottest weather. As the curtain goes down, Joe Motorist, happy as a lark, drives off, singing, "Oh, thanks to my Texaco dealer, he brought back my auto to me." Bravo! Bravo!
Bravo, Howard Petrie. I think I'll speak to Eddie Johnson about you just as soon as I get back to New York.
A beautiful morning is breaking with one bright light now the sun The whole world from slumber is waking, and greetings of flowers each one. Sweeter raptures of life now are leaping. The roses have opened their eyes, but thou, my beloved, still are sleeping. In vain are my tears and my sighs. Wake, my beloved, each shadow rattling, come with the sunshine, golden and gay. When at last life seems unending, when thou art near me, lo, 'tis the day. Wake, my beloved, each shadow rattling, come with the sunshine, golden and gay. When at last life seems unending, when thou art near me, when thou art near me, Lord, 'tis the day.
Thank you. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to present our second Texaco Star guest, a young lady who's been making a rather meteor-like rise of recent months among Hollywood stars. You may have seen or heard her in Bathing Beauty or in Two Girls and a Sailor. So I'd like to have you meet now Miss Helen Forrest.
Thank you, Jimmy. Makes me very happy to join you on the Texaco Star Theater. I'd like to sing the song which, of all songs, gives me greatest pleasure to sing. George Gershwin's American classic, The Man I Love.
Well, that's exactly what this old microphone's for, Helen. Nat Benston's over there, ready to give the downbeat. So let's hear the Helen Forrest version that's made such a hit with your fans all through the land.
Someday he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. And when he comes my way, I'll do my best to make him stay. He'll look at me and smile, I'll understand. And in a little while, he'll take my hand. And though it seems absurd, I know we both won't say a word. Maybe I shall meet him Sunday, maybe Monday, maybe not. Still, I'm sure to meet him one day, maybe Tuesday will be my good news day. He'll build a little home just meant for two, from which I never roam. Who would you? And so all else above, I'm waiting for the man I love. Maybe I shall meet him Sunday, maybe Monday, maybe not. Still, I'm sure to meet him one day, maybe Tuesday will be
Fine singing, Helen Forrest, and thanks a lot. You remember that our other guest, Joseph Szigeti, mentioned his brother violinist, Jack Benny, a few minutes ago. I wonder if Mr. Szigeti knows that Mr. Benny is perhaps best known for his playing of a little tone painting by Francois Schubert called The Bee. Jack told me that his rendition is so realistic that when he plays the bee, the people break out in hives. Now, that may be too much to expect of Mr. Szigeti's playing, but we shall see. Ladies and gentlemen, The Bee, as it should be, played by Joseph Szigeti. Many thanks, Mr. Szigeti. And before we go on to the show, here's Howard Pizza, just a little ahead of time, I think, with a word about next year.
Well, chances are, friends, the car you're driving now will have to do you for all of next year as well as this year. You want to keep it in the best possible condition, so it will give you the best possible service. So be sure that the oil that goes into your car's crankcase is the kind of oil that will do the best possible job under wartime and summertime driving conditions. Drive in at your Texaco dealers for insulated Haviland motor oil, the oil that's insulated against the heat.
And now, Sir Arthur Sullivan's famous song, The Lost Chord.
One day at the organ, I was weary and ill at ease, and my fingers wandered idly over the noisy keys. I know not what I was playing, or what I was dreaming then, but I struck one chord of music like the sound of a great amen, like the sound of a great amen. It linked all perplexed meanings into one perfect peace, and trembled away into silence, as if it were loth to cease. I have sought, but I seek it vainly, that one lost chord divine, which came from the soul of the organ, and entered into mine. It may be that death's bright angel will speak in that chord again. It may be that only in heaven I shall hear that grand amen. It may be that this bright angel will speak in that chord again. It that only in heaven I shall hear that grand
Many thanks for being with us, friends, and many thanks also to Nat Fenston, Howard Petrie, and all the others with whom we've worked during our stay here in Hollywood. Next Sunday, same time, same station, we'll be coming to you from New York with Al Goodman and his Texaco Star Orchestra and singers, Jimmy Wallington, and our first New York guest, the inexhaustible wit of the keyboard, Alec Templeton. This is James Melton, and I'll see you Sunday.
Texaco dealers from coast to coast invite you to tune in the Texaco Star Theater starring James Melton each Sunday and to drive in at any time. Remember, you're welcome. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.